How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be going over this beautiful 1978 Dodge Aspen RT. I've had a few subscribers and some people at car shows and other events and even some friends ask me why I haven't done a video specifically on this car. And I had that little video or the little explanation on my Mopar car collection video, but I haven't necessarily done one on this car. So in today's episode, I'm gonna kind of go through some of the details on the car, take you for a little drive, do a little walkthrough, interior, exterior, and we'll go from there. If this is something that interested you, sit down, hang tight, get you something to drink, we're gonna go after it. All right, this is Busted Radio Garage. All right, guys, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and go over this car real quick, kind of make it the feature of this video, if you will. But like I said in the intro, this is my 1978 Dodge Aspen RT. 318, 4-speed, T-top, sheer grip rear end, AC, blah, blah. I mean, the list goes on and on. Now, it's my understanding from the previous owner that I bought this car from, and he had bought the car new in high school, okay? Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. I just found out not too long ago. So, you know, rest in peace, man. But it's my understanding from him that this was one of 4 made like this. And I've spoke about it with a couple of the Mopar guys in the community to see if we can get some confirmation on that. And we just can't for some reason. I understand that the Hemrick fire hindered that quite a bit, but it is a 2-tag car. It is a T-top. It is a 78 RT. It's a 78 RT with the red grille, 318, AC. I mean, my God, the list goes on and on. And if anybody else out there has one of this year built exactly like this car, whether it's in a junkyard or you have it in your collection or what have you, I'd seriously be interested in getting the information or talking with you to see if we can put some validation to what the old owner had to say about the car, okay? Now, I know some of you couldn't care less about the rarity and all this and that and the other. And to be honest with you, I don't care either that much. But I would like to be able to see if that story holds any water, if that makes sense. I do have the build sheet for the car, which the old owner had pulled out from the back seat when he bought it. So he has that, and what he did is he laminated it so nothing can happen to it. Wish he wouldn't have done that, but I kind of get it. But, and then I have all the original paperwork from when he bought it, so on and so forth. I mean, it's just a mountain of paperwork. This guy really did his homework as far as trying to preserve the history for the car. All right, let's kind of go do like a little walkthrough. I'll pull it outside and we'll kind of go over the car and let some of you out there that will want to see this. There's probably only 2 or 3 of you, but that's fine. I don't make the videos for mass millions. If mass millions want to watch it, that's cool. If this helps 2 or 3 of you, it helps 2 or 3 of you. I'm down with that. But yeah, again, if there's somebody out there that has another one, I'd be tickled to death to hear about it. But T-tops do work. They do come off. I've had them off at multiple shows, pretty much every show I take it to. I do have a set. I need to dig them out and show some of you. I do have a set of brand new NOS T-top seals for this car I bought off eBay 5 or 6 years ago. And I'd love to turn them off to somebody to have them reproduced. Then again, I'm in the fear that if I do that, I'm never going to get them back. It's kind of like, you know, if you only own maybe the one set that's left, you know, you don't want them gone, right? So, yeah, hang tight. Let me get this pulled outside. I'll take you through the interior of the car and the engine bay. We'll take it for a drive, so on and so forth. and I'll kind of give you a back history on why I have the car, why I wanted the car so bad. Some of my really good friends that are going to be watching this or on the channels know why I have this car. Maybe I'll share the full story with you. We'll just see what happens. But all right, let's get after it. Alright guys, I'll kind of go over the interior portion of it here real quick, and we'll move on to something else. But as you've seen in the videos, this is a T-top car. And the interior, like I've said before, is in mint to new condition. But everything works on the T-tops, and I'll take one out and show, but not sure if you can read that. The labels are still all here. Nice and crisp. Fuzzy dice. But anyway, yes, this is a 4-speed car. Fire extinguishers just for car shows. Factory AM FM radio with 8-track. It is an AC car. 45,858 original miles. Got the clock. And yes, it works. I'll show you here real quick. That's not the correct time, obviously. Now you got your lights, rear defog, washer fluid, so on and so forth. Factory tough wheel. Triple black, and everything's in here black. Everything's like new. Seats just spun around here. Top's in good shape. Yeah, everything in here works just like as it should, like new. Not sure how well you can see all of this. Floor's a little bit dirty. I need to vacuum it out. All right, I'll take you guys for a little ride. Show you how she does. I don't get this car out very often. It's just too important to me to have out running around. Take a chance on somebody turning it up. But we'll take you for a ride and show you she does run and drive. Gonna do a little bit of hill hopping here on the farm. All right, let's go. How this car drives, I absolutely do. It's just like with any other 70s car, Chrysler especially, you know, they like to road walk a little bit, but that's fine. Doesn't bother me a bit. I take this car out maybe once or twice a year just to stretch her legs a little bit, and then I take it to our normal annual shows we'll go to every year, which used to be Norwalk, Ohio, up at the Summit Raceway, and then to the Red Barns up in Michigan. We've had her there a couple times, but other than that, she just sits in the shop and looks pretty. Need to get her out more. Probably need to put some fresh fuel in it. Really isn't much of a long stretch, if you will, where you can stretch your legs a whole lot. Generally just try to keep her in second, maybe third gear, do these curves and just cruise it. And that's what it's all about, right? Just get them out, having a good time, taking it slow, taking in your surroundings, looking around. You got your family with you, talking with them, talking about how with your kids or grandkids, how the streets were once full of these. That's what it's all about. But for a 40-year-old plus car, I mean, I'm sure she runs just like the day she did. She come off the lot. Maybe even better. Because when we bought the car, it had the lean burn on it, which ultimately went bad. And we went ahead and called Summit through the recommendation of a friend of ours, and got the lean burn delete kit, if you will, and got rid of it. I really hated to, because as another friend had said, they're only original once. But if you're going to get them out and drive them and have fun, I mean, they got to be able to run right. And this car just wasn't going to run at all with that on there. I need to get it out and drive it more than I do, but like I said before, it just means too much to me. If something was to happen, or you know, somebody without insurance was to hit it, I mean, yeah, I could fix it, no problem. I mean, we've had this car redone once before, and I just don't want to go through that again. Not sure what you can see through that camera, but we're going through our little town here. Population of less than 1,000 out here in the middle of nowhere, which is fine. That's what I want. But maybe you can see some of it. But I just wanted to get you out for a minute on a little driving video. I don't think anybody's ever seen it run, with the exception of a couple friends of ours, and that's generally on the trailer and off the trailer. It shows, we back the trailer up to the spot, unload the car, let people take pictures with it all day, and then we put it back on the trailer and trek it 4 to 10 hours back home. She really is a good old driving car, really is. She draws a lot of attention, that is for sure. You do this all day, just waving at people, and especially if you see a bunch of little kids out running around at a park or something and get to waving, we'll stop and let the little kids get pictures with it or look at it or whatever. And I'm not talking like little kids, elementary school kids, but teenagers, I guess, for the lack of a better word. Because we were all that kid at some point in our life. All of us were. And if we're going to keep this passion alive, we got to keep it alive through those kids. If not, it's going to die. And we all know it. Staying cool as a cucumber. All pressure's perfect. Alternator's perfect. And we don't have a whole ton of fuel, but I'm gonna keep a ton of fuel in them anyway. Yeah, I got the old radio. Not sure what it's gonna pick up out here, but and I don't want to get a copyright deal, but she works. Heat and air works. Air conditioning does work, believe it or not. This video is probably not going to draw as much as attention as some of the other ones where we're fixing cars or working on cars or racing cars or whatever. But for you F-body guys out there, or you guys are just into this era of cars altogether, this may interest you. If nothing else, it'll be something for the kids to look back on one day. Neighbor up the road. She'll still get up and go. Doesn't do bad for a 318. It'd have been nice to have her a 360 in here, but it is what it is. We actually started to put a 426 Hemi in here a couple years ago, and I changed my mind. I still could do it. I just can't bring myself to doing it to this car yet. But you never know. Maybe a future video down the road or a future project down the road when we're not so busy. We'll throw 426 or something in here. It's just not going to happen right now. See if I can get this girl into my shop here with all these other cars. There's Linda, and then the junkyard dog, the Hummer, Daytona's over there, Homer's back there out of the way. Need to take you guys in the barn one of these days. Power steering and squawking. Well, there it is, boys and girls. For some of you that wanted to see this car run and drive, or have never seen it run and drive, or question whether or not it ever did run and drive, there it is. She does it. All right, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I appreciate you hanging out with us. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to follow us on our other platforms at Facebook and Instagram. And make sure to keep an eye on those, because we're getting ready to head over to Cletus and Cars in Indy, and we're going to go ahead and take the junkyard dog with us. I have some parts on order that's really going to spice that unit up quite a bit. And then we're going to be at Cletus and Cars in Bristol, and we're going to take Linda, we're going to take the junkyard dog, and hopefully we're going to go ahead and take Homer, so we'll have 3 cars there with us. Make sure you stop by our tent, pick up some merch, pick up a hat, pick up a shirt, pick up some stickers, what have you. And remember, our stickers are always 100% free. I even pay the shipping to get them to you. Send us over an email at bustedradiogarage@gmail.com with your information, address, so on and so forth, and I'll get those shipped out right to you. Only thing I ask in return, make sure to send me a placement photo, whether it's on your car, your house, your refrigerator, your beer cooler, your wife's forehead, whatever. Send it over, we'll post it on our page. All right, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Thanks for watching.